Hey, Rustydrift RC here. Today I'm going to be doing a quick mod on my Lunchbox. Actually, this is a my wheelie mog for my Unimog, but same chassis. One of the first things that breaks on these things, or first thing people want to upgrade, the springs on the rear axle there they're weak. They tend to break real quick. And then you get that axle slap, and that's not good. So I've making a brace for that that'll still allow the axle to articulate side to side, but won't let that axle wrap up and smack on the chassis like that. Things I needed to make it. Actually, pretty simple here. A couple pieces from a construction set, either like Erector set or Meccano or any other brand that you happen to have laying around. I've got the U-shaped piece. You can do this with the shock mounts that come with the kit, but I think you're going to need to open it up a little bit because it's a little too. Those are a little narrow. And I've got a little L bracket and some of the tubing that comes with the kit for the shocks, or with some of your other kits that for the friction dampers, that rubber tubing. Basically, take the put the U-shaped piece together with the L bracket. I used a 4mm screw and a lock nut, and about a 3 to 4mm piece of that tubing. The reason you make sure you need to use a lock nut so that you can leave it loose enough to have some movement to swing back and forth without that nut backing off on you. It does require a little bit of modification to the truck. First thing, you want to take this lower piece off the chassis. Okay. Now that you've got this off, we're going to do a couple little modifications here to make this fit on there properly. Okay, you've got this lip here that you may need to take that lip off a little bit, because the way I've got this here, that nut won't slip past there, and then this center rib. I've already done it on another spare piece I have. I don't know if you can see it well on the white. I've trimmed back the that one center rib a little. That I did that with just a hobby knife. You could do that with a Dremel or a file, and then I cut a notch right there on that lip to allow the nut to pass through there. That slot, I actually did that with a small file. Again, you could use a knife or some type of rotary tool. Now this, it's just going to slip right in there like that. Alright. Now I'm going to drill a small hole there, and unscrew and put one screw in there to hold that in place. I went ahead and made those same modifications on the on the black piece I had. So I really didn't want to use the white piece on this build. I'm gonna save that for another build. Okay, so I went ahead, drilled the hole, and I bolted that through. Put a washer on the backside and a nut. Used the washer to kind of spread the weight out a little bit, spread the pressure out. That should be plenty strong enough for this. Next It's just a matter of reinstalling it back on the chassis. When you do so, just kind of lift the transmission up and get it into that brace, and then bolt everything back together. Alright, now everything's nice and tight, and as you can see now that we can't rotate up, but it still allows it to move side to side. Okay, so you still get that lean, it'll still move up and down, and side to side, but no, you don't have that flex in there, and you don't have that slap. So now when you hit the throttle, all that torque is going to be used to lift it and into a wheelie, as opposed to wrapping that axle up and smacking the chassis. There's a lot of other ways to take care of that problem, either with the fifth shock or other braces. There's some braces you can order for that. This is just another way of doing it with simple parts that you may have laying around already. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Check out some of the other videos I've got out there. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.